Incredible greetings. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. How are you guys doing today? I didn't have a thumbnail. However, from the title of this video, as you can see, we are going to be doing a silhouette tutorial, and we are going to be doing trace by, you know what? I forgot to check something because you guys may not be able to hear me. Okay, no, we're good. We're on the right microphone. There we go. But we are going to do trace by color. It is a feature that you can use it's required that you have Designer Edition, Designer Plus, or Business. Trace by color is not available in the free standard edition of Silhouette Studio. However, that doesn't mean that you would not be able to get the same results. It just takes a little bit more work. To see the version or to see the tutorial where you don't have to have the Designer Edition, Designer Plus, or Business, you got to be enrolled in one of our classes and have access to the Student Union. And within the next week or so in September sometime, because today is August 30th. So in September sometime, I'm going to do a video breaking that down on how to do this. And also we'll add the image or show you where you can go online, because it's just for a school. Where you can go online, get it, and then you can actually practice it as well if you're in the group. So for all of those who want to, not quite ready to get Designer or Business Edition, but you want to be able to create a 4-color vector design in Studio using tracing, like I said, be sure to enroll in one of our classes so that you can get access to our Student Union Facebook group, as well as our exclusive YouTube platform where you can watch it from anywhere. You don't have to be on Facebook. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share this real quick to my groups. I'm not even going to put a caption on it. I'm just going to share. Hey, whoever can see it, they see it. So don't want this one to be too long. So we're just going to share this out. All right, all shared out. So let's go ahead, flip over to the computer and get started. Oh, wait, I completely forgot my intro. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honesty Speaking brand of products. We carry the best sublimation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. No cover sheet required, because the back of the paper, it does not bleed through or gas through the back, so it's not going to mess up your heat press and transfer to the next garment. So you can eliminate that step for most projects, and very minimal ghosting. And our blacks are absolutely phenomenal. So definitely check out the website, shop.hsink365.com. We also carry pigment ink. All of our bottles are key to where they can be used with the EcoTank printers. However, you can also use a syringe to be able to fill up cartridges if you have cartridge-based printers. And our paper can be used with any sublimation printer, whether you have a converted Epson, if you have a Sawgrass, or if you have an Epson Sure Color F170 or F570, you can use our sublimation paper. All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead over to Silhouette Studio and trace this out using trace by color. While I switch over, I'm going to go ahead and ask the question, how many of you guys have Designer Edition or Business Edition? And if you do have it, put a 3 if you've used trace by color before, put a 6 if you've never used trace by color, and then a 5 if you only have the basic standard edition. So 3, you have Designer Edition or Business Edition and you have used trace by color. 6 if you have those, but you have never used this tool or function. And 5 if you just have the standard version of Silhouette Studio. So y'all know how we do 365. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, I didn't set up the screen share over here. So let me set that up. Bam, there we go. All righty. So I see quite a few threes. All right. So you guys are taking advantage of the advanced tools and functions that are in the designer edition. So it's not like we're just buying them and not utilizing them. So I'm glad to see a lot of threes here and that you guys are using the features that you paid for. So I see a 3 over here. I see a 6 over here. I see a 6. So there are some who aren't using that feature as much. So this is going to be a great learning video for you guys. I see a 5, some people who only have the standard edition or they've never used that. So we have another 3. All right, good. So hopefully we'll see if you guys still learn some things in this. So all of you guys who did a 3, I mean, you may already know what we have, what I'm about to explain, but maybe you'll learn something from the tracing one. So I want all of you guys to stick around. I promise you it won't be long. And if you put a 3 and you've used it before, still let me know in the comments if you have learned something new from this tutorial. Okay. So let's flip you guys around. All right. And here is the logo disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only, in that I'm using this as an example to show you how to use the software. Maybe you will have a PNG or a JPEG that you have license and rights to use, and you still need to know how to do these steps. So just because I am using this licensed and trademarked logo and you are able to trace it doesn't make it where you have clear rights to use it. It is still property, and it's owned still by like the that college. I forget which one it is. So that's still their intellectual property. It's theirs. And if you were to just use it and put it on something and sell it, they can come after you for damages or send you a cease and desist. So do understand that by me showing you how to do this, I am not saying that this is how you get this file and get to use it for free. It is for educational purposes only. So there is my little disclaimer. Okay. All right. So as always, students know we duplicate. I always recommend that you duplicate, although I really don't have to duplicate this one because I'm actually not going to change anything on this. We don't do a trace and detach unless we just wanted to remove the white so that we can resize it and then use it in some sort of digital or printed method. So we don't have to do trace and detach. For this, we're going to do a regular trace. So the original is going to stay completely intact. It's not going to change at all. Okay. But we want to still go over to the trace window and open that up. So the first icon is just your traditional trace. Like I said, there will be a video next week in the Student Union on how to do this from the free version. The best way to get access to the Student Union is to go over to our website and enroll in the 30-day training. That way you're familiar with all the tools and functions within Silhouette Studio. That is currently on sale as of right now. You have until tomorrow. As of September 1st, all those discounts go away. All right. So we're the first one is your regular trace. Your second one is trace by color, and then there's magnet trace, which really is not quite intuitive. It's kind of annoying, but these two, can work, especially for something like this where it's solid colors. Now, many would think you would go on here and you would trace each color, because when you do trace by color, you would have to technically trace like burgundy or like red, the gray, the white, and the black. However, once you understand graphic designing and like the areas that you need based off of like doing a regular trace, I really only need to trace by color the inner H, because that's connected to the black. So if I did a regular trace, I wouldn't have a separation between that section, the white, and the black. So I only have to use trace by color on one part of this logo. The rest of it, I'm going to do a regular trace. So how many of you guys, if I said trace by color, you would have used trace by color for all 4 colors? Raise your hand if you would have used trace by color for all 4 colors. All right, so we're going to come over to trace by color. I'm going to click on trace by color. I'm going to bring the dropper, move my mouse so that the dropper is within that red color. and we're going to click on that. So you see it kind of picks up at the top. It's not very sharp and not very clear. So we're going to up our tolerance, but there are 2 areas that have this color. So we're going to, for this particular one, we can go all areas. There are going to be times where all areas, it's simply not going to work. But for this particular example, all areas works, and I can adjust my tolerance to kind of smooth out those lines, really pick up those little sharp corners. And then we're going to hit trace, not trace and detach. You're going to hit trace. Now we're going to go over to the regular trace. So I see a few people here, probably, yeah, okay, we raise our hand. Yes, Paula says yes, she would have done a trace of each of the colors. So as you can see, you can only do one color at a time. So that would have been 4 separate traces versus where I did the trace by color. Now I'm going to do a regular trace. So now we're going to go select trace area, place our box around it. You're still going to, play around with your threshold. We need to capture that gray area. So we're going to take our threshold up until the gray words are filled in. I like to take my scale down. It's just a personal preference. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. And we're going to do a regular trace. And this is why I said I didn't really have to duplicate it, because I'm not changing this at all. Oh, wait, I didn't realize my face is down there. I don't want to be a distraction. Bam, there we go. So I'm going to click and move this out of the way. Okay. I'm going to drag and select over these. I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to just choose a lighter color. So let's just choose the gray from Ready's. And then I'm going to hold down Shift, click on that top one. I now have my trace by color selected, and I'm going to use my dropper and sample the reddish color. Now we're going to send this to the back, and I'm going to release compound path. So that releases everything. I'm going to click on my background and make that black. I'm going to click on the outline here, the white here, and the outline around the word and make that white. And we're going to go ahead and group those together. Then we're going to drag and select through the word, making sure that I have all of the inner parts. Hold down Shift, click on the reddish color. Oops, I'm sorry, not the reddish color. I didn't select that. So I'm going to click on the white color. I'm going to click on white. I'm going to click on the black area and the reddish color. Hey, what's going on here? Let's try this again. We're going to through here. Okay, why are you pausing or hesitating? So we're going to come through here. The reddish color isn't selected. I'm going to hold down Shift, select the white, select the black. So you see everything dropped down. The only thing that's selected are the gray letters. We're going to make that a compound path. Guess what? We're done. We are done. So we have the black layer. You have your white that will then go on top of that. And then we have our reddish color that will go like when you're layering it. And then we have our gray color that will then go on there as well. So we only had to do 2 traces. Oh, okay. We had to do 2 traces, and then we had to do some release compound path, making things compound paths and things of that nature. All right. So for all of those who put 3 and you've used trace by color, have you ever used it in combination with tracing in this manner? Or did you learn something new? Who learned something new? You are very welcome, Stanley. Anytime one of our guys, it's a few guys that roll with me heavy. The ladies are always here, but it's a few of you guys who roll with me heavy. You, Jesse, Russ, Tim. Oh my God, it's another one that I'm missing, Lamont. So some of you guys, like y'all roll tough with me. So if y'all come and say, Professor, I need help, I'm normally going to jump on it real quick because y'all roll with me real heavy. I love, I like it when the guys ask questions, especially in the group. So it is cut ready. This is cut ready. So I'm not sure what you mean by cut ready. Now, if you're saying like you want all the different colors to touch the substrate, all you would have to do is select everything and use subtract all. So you're going to go over to the modify tool and you would just go subtract all. It's going to look like nothing has changed. But now if we pull this apart, well, I could have actually fixed, well, that's because I had the two white parts. So I would have to kind of go in there and clean that up. But for the most part, so then there is our white. Hold on, Papa. Then there is this one and then this one, if you wanted everything to touch the substrate. However, I personally prefer to layer so that I don't have those gaps. Okay. So for me, this is cut ready. I would cut like this, and then there's this section, and then this one. Now, what I could have done instead of selecting it all and doing subtract all, this was kind of sort. Actually, you know what? I would say I would select the black and the white and go subtract all. I would select the black and the white here, subtract all. Actually, I think I had all of the white. And then I would, let's see, this gave me like that. Yeah. So then now I can take the, let me see, this and subtract all. Let's see if I got rid of, nope, it's still there. It's just because of how it's set up. I could do an offset so that it definitely cuts it like away. There's a couple other things that I could do, like if I wanted to just eliminate this, or I could use my knife tool to split it and then go in and remove all of those edit points. So a couple different things that you can do, being the fact that that is there. So I would delete those, and then this part would be ready to just delete because it's not connected to anything anymore because we use the knife tool. Same thing down here. I could use the knife tool, and now this part. Okay, so then, oh wait, I don't know why mine is not set to auto apply. That would go away, and then delete that. So a couple different ways. I could eliminate it altogether by doing an offset, but that's not what this is for. It's just to kind of get you familiar with using trace by color and then a regular trace. So Bless Custom Design says she learned something new. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. G's always learning something. Incredible greetings. Learn something new. Learn something new. Well, what did you guys learn new? Okay, I understand to learn something new, but what did you learn new? That helps me know like what type of content that you guys need. So if you can just, whether you do it now in the live chat or you come back to the post and post your comment, just let me know, what is it that you learned new? Learn something new, learn something new. Me, I always learn something new when I watch you. I always learn something new from you. Oh, thank you guys. I was so trying to get this done before they came to the office. All right, any questions before we go? So what does the subtract all actually do? Well, Ken, that is a great question. And if you enroll in the 30-day training, we actually have a full day that goes over it so that you can get a better understanding. But basically, it's going to subtract whatever's on top from whatever's on the bottom. Unlike the regular subtract, everything stays, like you still see everything. So if you just do a regular subtraction, so let's just go here real quick. We're going to put a box, and then I'm just going to put this star piece right here. And let's fill this in with some color just so that you can see the difference. So if I were to do a subtract, the star goes away and you're left with the gap. If I were to do a subtract all, it looks like nothing has changed, but I'm going to have the same result here that I do here, but my star stays intact. All right. But our 30-day training breaks that down completely. You get to see it in designs because there will be there is a little bit more to what subtract does. And so how I teach Silhouette Studio, I don't just teach designing. We have classes and trainings and even free videos that are dedicated specifically to designing. But our 30-day training is about learning the tools, and it's kind of like, just understanding graphic design in general, because subtract here is kind of like the same as, minus front, back, in other programs. So I teach it from a graphic, like designing perspective when you take the 30-day training, and you're going to learn all of the different things that the tools do. Okay. Learned about the second trace. I learned that I can use trace by color along with regular trace. Never thought to use them together, would just use one or the other. Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, Deb, why you not sleep? Isn't it late for you over there? I am a new student, took advantage of the sale, got 3 classes, 30 days, Photoshop, and text effects. Awesome. Based on your video explanation. So I forgot who asked that question. Thank you for that, because it allowed me to really break down the classes. Looking forward to learning. And I believe we sent you an email today. Your name looks familiar, so I believe we did send you an email today. So if you haven't checked your emails, make sure you check your emails, because you sent us a question. Thank you. Very helpful. No problem. If you aren't subscribed, Ken, because I've never seen your name. And I do see the dolphin symbol, the dolphin logo. If you don't know, I am located in Miami Gardens. I can see the stadium from my house and from my office. I am a diehard Dolphins fan, fins up. So welcome, fam. All the way around with, you're probably a silhouette fam. So we're going to make you a silhouholics. And you're a Dolphin fan. So welcome. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I go live or release new content. Oh, it's only 11. Oh, okay. Ooh, you're in Miramar, and my sister works in Miami Gardens. So make sure that you guys stay connected. We're going to have some live in-person sessions coming up really, 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 really soon before the end of the year. So make sure that you guys stay connected. Get on our mailing list if you're not on there, so that we can send you guys that information. Okay. Yes. Fins up. All right. If there are no other questions, we are going to wrap this one up. I thank you guys so very much, because my family is not going to be quiet. They're going to be really, really loud. So I thank you guys so very much. Don't forget to visit the website, excuse me, shop.hsink365.com. That's where you're going to find all of our summation products, our pigment ink. The pre-order for the rolls is still going on, so you can get 40%, additional 40% off of that one if you do it through the pre-order. And tomorrow, oh wait, that's not the one I want. Hey, okay, wait, let me refresh, because that definitely is not how that should look. There we go. So I had to refresh it. But tomorrow we have our pricing therapy session 2. I'm going to show you, we're going to address your fears of rejection. And one of the ways where you could make your pricing more appealing to your customers. So we're going to be on, it's going to be like about a good hour and a half, 2-hour session, going to be chock full of information. The first one was absolutely amazing. You can purchase the playback for that one. It's right next to it. But I would love to see you guys, if you're watching this before the 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I would love to see you guys in this week's therapy session for pricing, because we know that a lot of beginner businesses, beginner crafters, beginner hobbyists, small businesses, creative businesses, we can sometimes, start off with a very toxic relationship with our pricing and understanding how to properly price so that we are making a profit and we're not just giving away our services. So between pricing for profit, which is a full-on session, couple hours, and breaking that down. This right here was amazing last week. Oh God, it blessed so many people. The reviews I got from that is absolutely amazing. And then this week's session is, and we're going to meet tomorrow via Zoom, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I moved it up 30 minutes because it just in case we run a little bit late, so it's not too late in the evening. So if you're watching this before the 31st, join us live tomorrow. If you're watching this after the 31st, hey, go ahead to the website and purchase access to the playback. All right. So thank you guys once again. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.